गले सोहे वैजयंती माला
सुंदर कुंडल नयन विशाला गले सोहे वैजयंती माला.
See, I have added the translation in the PPT you saw. You are able to see the translation? Sundara kundala nayana vishala gale sohe vaidayati mala.
Sundara kundala nayana vishala gale sohe vaidayati mala.
यस्तवे के बलिहारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम.
यस्तवे के बलिहारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम.
कब लुट लुट दधी खायो कब मधुवन रास रचायो.
कबहू लुट लुट दधी खायो कबहू मधुबन रास रचायो.
नाचत बिना विहारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम.
नाचत बिन विहारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम.
ग्वाल बाल संग धेनु चराए वन वन भ्रमत तेरे गरुराए.
ग्वाल संग धेनु चराए
वन वन भ्रमत
फिरे दुराए.
आंध कामर कारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम.
आंधे कामर खारे राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम.
चुरा चुरा नवनीत झुकायो ब्रजवनि तन पे नाम धरायो.
चुरा चुरा नवनीत जो खायो ब्रजवनि तन पे नाम धरायो.
माखन चोर मुरारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम.
माखन चोर मुरारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम.
एक दिन मान इंद्र को मार्यो नक ऊपर गोवर्धन धार्यो. एक दिन मान इंद्र को मार्यो नक ऊपर
गोवर्धन धार्यो.
नाम पढ़ो गिरिधारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम.
नाम पढ़यो गिरिधारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम.
दुर्योधन के भोग न खायो रूप साक विदुर घर तायो.
दुर्योधन को भोग न खायो रुख शाक बेदुर घर खायो.
ऐसे प्रेम पुजारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम.
एक प्रेम पुजारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम.
करुणा कर पदे पुकारी पट में लिपट गए वनवारे.
करुणा कर द्रौपदी पुकारे पट में लिपट गए बनवारे.
भक्त सब तुमने तारे, बिना भक्ति हम तारे द्वारे। भक्त
सब तुमने तारे, बिना भक्ति हम ठाड़े द्वारे।
लीजो कबर हमारे राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम। लीजो कबर हमारे राधे श्याम
श्याम श्याम।
अर्जुन के रथ हंकन हारे, गीता के उपदेश तुम्हारे।
अर्जुन के रथ हाकन हारे, गीता के उपदेश तुम्हारे।
शस्त्र सुदर्शन धारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम। शस्त्र
सुदर्शन धारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम।
जय माधव मदन मुरारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम।
जय माधव मदन मुरारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम।
राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम।
राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम।
दया केशव कलिवल हारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम।
केशव कलिमल हरि राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
मुरारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम।
जय माधव मदन मुरारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम।
जय केशव कलिवल हारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम।
जय केशव कलिमल हरि राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम।
हे राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन, यमुना तीरवनचारी।
यशोदानन्दन
व्रज रञ्जन यमुना
तिरवनचारी।
वनचारी
यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरवनचारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरवनचारी
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरवनचारी
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
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 राधा रमण हरे गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमण हरे गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
जय गोविंद जय गोपाल
जय गोविंद जय गोपाल
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 जय गोपाल
जय गोविंद जय गोपाल
जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम
जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन
जय
धाम
राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम
जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम
जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम
निताय गौरंग जय निताय गौरंग
गौरंग जय निताय गौरंग
निताय गौरंग जय निताय गौरंग
निताय गौरंग जय निताय गौरंग
जय सच्चिदानंद गौर हरे
जय सच्चिदानंद गौर हरि
पतित पावन गौर हरे
पतित पावन गौर हरि
परम दयालु गौर हरे
परम दयालु गौर हरि
गौर हरे जय गौर हरे
जय गौर हरि
निताय गौरंग जय निताय गौरंग
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 हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय गौर हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद की ISKCON फाउंडराचार्य बीबीटी फाउंडराचार्य डिवाइन ग्रेस शील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर शील प्रभुपाद की नित्य लीला प्रविष्टभोम वैराग्य मूर्ति गौर किशोरदास बाबा जी महाराज की, नित्य लीला प्रविष्टभोम सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की, नित्य लीला प्रविष्टभोम वैष्णव सार्वभौम जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य हरदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंडगिरी गोवर्धन की, ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरा धाम की, द्वारकापुरी धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की, गंगामय यमुनामय की, भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की, समावेत भक्त वृंद की, श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की, वर्तमान आचार्य वृंद की, ब्रह्म माध्व गौड़ीय गुरु शिष्य संप्रदाय की, श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, श्री वृंदावन यात्रा की, वृंदावन यात्रा करने वाले भक्त वृंद की, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All of you should be able to see the screen, huh? Whatever I'm going to show, because most of the things are on the screen today. You will have to watch, huh? And many videos and many things. So my request to you, if need be, you can go a little behind also and sit in such a way that you can clearly see the screen. If you are sitting in the front, you won't see it. Huh? You all can go a little behind. You can sit at 45 degrees. You sit in 45 degrees, you can see. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuvannmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajeevam Advaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य Naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye ashtaprayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavatyuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha nanda gopa kumaraya govindaya namo namaha. If you ask any Indian, how many of you know Krishna before coming to ISKCON? If you ask you a question, how many of you you heard about Krishna, you knew about Krishna? Krishna was not a new unknown figure to you before coming to ISKCON, correct, no? So all of us naturally will raise hand. One time Srila Prabhupada said, Indians are this close to Krishna, Prabhupada said. Once when he was speaking in America, Prabhupada said, India is 100% Krishna conscious. Prabhupada said, 100% Krishna conscious, he said. But there is nobody in India who does not know Krishna. At the same time, Prabhupada observed over a period of time, Prabhupada said that Americans are this far away from Krishna. Indians are this close to Krishna. Only problem is Indians have turned their back to Krishna. And then they are going like this towards materialism. And Westerners are far away from Krishna, but they are coming towards Krishna. Then Prabhupada said, our goal is to make any Indian who is going like this, to make him like this, so that he can go towards Krishna. That's the goal. So, in today's session, these coming 4 days, we are planning to discuss one very famous verse, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy in 4 lines. You all can repeat after me. Aradhya Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanaya Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadu Vargena Va Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamavalam Prema Pumatto Maha Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhor Matamidam Tatradharana Paraha. This sloka is from a scripture which is not so commonly known to devotees. It's called Chaitanya Manjusha. But the verse is a very famous one. It's like a $1 million verse. Many Vaishnavas frequently quote it. The meaning of the verse is like this. Aradhya Bhagavan Radheshyamdas. Whom should I worship? I should worship Krishna, who is Vrindavan Krishna. Brajendra Tanayaha. Means he is the son of Nanda Maharaj. And what is the abode that I should worship? There are so many abodes. He says you should worship the abode of Vrindavan Dham. And then he says, who are the best devotees? The gopis are the best devotees. Which is the best book? Srimad Bhagavatam is the best book. So we were planning to do one on each of the 4 days. But now our plan may be slightly changed because 4th day devotees will go to Govardhan and come back. We are not sure whether anybody will show up here. On the 4th day, after coming from Govardhan, everybody will be flat. Although they have fixed a 2-hour program. So, therefore, the 4th day may not happen. And today is the first day, and 2nd day His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj is coming tomorrow. So, the first day what I was planning to speak was this one. Aradhya Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanaya. Why should we worship Krishna in Vrindavan? So, I would request all the devotees to pay attention to the slides also, so that you will get to see many of the steps, because the reason I put everything in the slide is I can speak it also, but people may not be able to be attentive to everything. So we'll begin with this famous verse. Please repeat. Ishwarah Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So this was one of the most favorite verses of Srila Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada was so scientific in his presentation. He said, it is not that you are not Ishvara, I am not Ishvara. All of us are Ishvaras, but we are tiny Ishvaras. We have everybody's control or jurisdiction is only for some area. Like in Prabhupada says, you may be able to control your wife and children or may not be able to control also. Like that he says. Let us assume that you are able to manage your family. You have control within that family only. You can't have control over the neighbor's family. Nor can a prime minister have any control outside his country. Everybody has a Yamaraj has jurisdiction only for the sinful living entities. Everybody has some jurisdiction, but Krishna has no jurisdiction. He is actually Ishwaraha Parama, means supreme controller. What is one symptom of supreme controller? Anybody can say? There is only one symptom of a supreme controller. Everybody else is below that person. Yes? Actually, no one can control him. He's called Swarat. Swarat means nobody can control him. As soon as we are controlled by somebody, we are not the ultimate controller. And then he says his body is made up of Satchidananda Swarupam. And people ask, you always say Krishna, Krishna. Where does Krishna come from? Who created Krishna? People ask. Actually, neither the soul nor God was created by anybody. God and soul both are eternal, outside the time domain of this material world. Then some students argue, if God and soul are eternal, then I am also as good as God. I am as old as God at least. So then how is he superior to me? In Hindi there are two words, Sapeksha Satya, Nirapeksha Satya. God is Nirapeksha Satya, which means his existence doesn't depend on anybody, whereas our existence depends on him. Like a waiters working in a hotel, their dependence depends on the owner of the hotel. But the owner of the hotel doesn't depend on them because he can close down hotel and start the IT company also. So he's Nirapeksha Satya. Like a sun exists, therefore there are sun rays. Krishna exists, therefore we exist. All of us are existing because who is existing originally? Krishna. As soon as there is sun, there are sun rays and sun particles. Lord is present, so we are also eternally present like the particles of sun. So he is Anadir, he has no origin. Adir means he is Adi Purusha. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Brahma says, no, Adi Purusham. And Kuntimanan is saying, Namasye Purusham tu Adyam. She's also using the word Adi. And Arjuna is telling, Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam. Then Adi Devam Ajam Vibham. See, Adi Devam is the original person. And Sarva Karana Karana. Let us see this one. How he is the cause of all causes. So everything in this world originates not from any bang or anything, but from a big brain, the great intelligence of the Supreme Lord. So how do we know that? Because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bhumi rapo nalo vayu kammano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakriti rashada. 8 tattvas, material tattvas which you can see with your eyes in this world, like earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego, the gross and subtle elements. He says, they all come from me and they are mine. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. You see, I have shown in the next few slides, from the spiritual world, when Krishna decides to create the material world, you can see gradually how he creates. See, there is a Pradhan from which Mahatattva is produced and Prakriti is produced. He expands himself as Mahavishnu. How he expands? If you see, Krishna expands as Balaram. And from Balaram comes the Moola Sankarshan we call. From Moola Sankarshan comes Narayana. From Narayana comes Mahasankarshan. And Mahasankarshan's expansion is Mahavishnu. So therefore, Mahavishnu is not even a direct expansion. He is expansion of expansions. And this is one universe. Like this, he creates millions of universes. Like you see, he lies in the Karana ocean and creates millions of universes. So, how do we know all these things? If you become a yogi and advance in the meditation on Lord in your heart, as yogi advances, what the yogi sees, that's what you are going to see now. So who is the best yogi? Somebody may want to know. Krishna says that in the last verse of the 6th chapter. Anybody knows that famous verse? Yoginam api sarvesham madgatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yuktatamo matah. This is that yogi. See, in his meditation he sees the Mahavishnu, whose body Mahavishnu is breathing, exhaling and creating all universes. Then within each universe, he is seeing Garbhodakshay Vishnu, who is lying at the bottom of the universe. He produces water from his own body and he lies in that. And then he sees the Kshirodaksha Vishnu, who lies in the milk ocean, the top. And all the devatas go to Kshirodaksha Vishnu for complaining about any demon. This is Sankarshan. This is Super Soul, Paramatma. Then he goes to see, gets to see Vaikuntha. This is Vasudeva. Then he sees how Mahavishnu is expanding from Krishna. Krishna directly does not take part in the creation. He expands as Mahavishnu. So, Mahavishnu creates millions of universes in the pores of his body by exhaling, and then later on he withdraws all of them into himself. Anybody knows that famous verse? Yasya eka nishvasita kalamathavalambya. See, Yasya eka means one. Yasya eka nishvasita kalam means exhaling and inhaling. Avalambya means depending on that one exhalation, inhalation, koti Brahmandas are coming out of his body, and all Brahmas with folded palms are bowing to that Mahavishnu. Jivanti loma vilaja jagadandanata. Who knows who is the Jagadandanatha? Who is it? Who? Somebody said Vishnu. No, Jagadandanatha is Brahma. For every anda there is a master, first living entity, Brahma. They all are bowing to Mahavishnu because Mahavishnu creates the universes. And again it goes back into Mahavishnu. We can imagine one exhalation, one inhalation. One time I was in Bombay temple. Some brahmacharis took some complaint to my spiritual master. So he was discussing that management issue. And then at the end Maharaj said, all the problems will come to a stop, he said. Everybody asked, Maharaj, when? How many more weeks it will take? Maharaj said, when Mahavishnu inhales. He said, All problems will come to stop. Because that universe is finished, then he'll create more and more new universe. And that will create one more problem after that. So, this is Mahavishnu.
Emanates all the three worlds, both spiritual and mundane. Everything rests in me, Arjun, just as you see pearls hang upon a thread.
See, like this Krishna says to Arjuna, just like you see this Kantimala has many manis, but these manis are all together because of one reason. Why? How are they to be together? There is a nylon thread inside. If you remove that thread, everything will be scattered. Similarly, Krishna says, I am the Mahavishnu, I have expanded myself, and I am keeping everything in order. Like you see when you wake up in the morning, you see the sun shines, the cloud showers, flowers blossom, fruits ripen, seasons change, grains grow. So many things are happening in this world. He makes these things happen. So he is called Sarva Shaktiman, sustains all creation by a small ekamshena sthito jagat, by a small portion of his energy. So that was Mahavishnu. After Mahavishnu creates million universes, he enters into each universe. So how many Mahavishnus are there? Anybody? How many Mahavishnus are there? One. How many Garbhodaksha Vishnus are there? Yes? As many universes are there, that many Garbhodaksha Vishnus. Why I am asking, I want to check whether everybody knows who is Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Actually, if we know this Siddhanta properly, our affection and attraction for Krishna will tremendously increase with the proper understanding of Siddhanta. Otherwise, we take Krishna very cheaply as if he is one of our friends. We don't take him seriously. We have to know all this. Therefore, Siddhanta Baliya Chitte Nakare Alas, it is said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Never be lazy for studying the Siddhanta. Without Siddhanta is the foundation. If foundation is not good, foundation is hollow, the whole building will collapse. Why people give up bhakti and go away? Because they have not laid the foundation. So this is the foundation knowledge we are learning today. Mahavishnu expands into each of the universes as Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Prabhupada says in this world, a man and woman come together and beget a child. Whereas Garbhodaksha Vishnu creates a lotus from his navel in which Brahma is born. So that is the meaning of his Swarat. He is supremely independent. He can create, no human being, ordinary persons cannot do that. So, and there is another reason why he created Brahma. He told Brahma that, I have done the primary creation, now you do the secondary creation. I will delegate the work to you. This is one thing senior devotee should learn, how to delegate also. Because Vishnu himself delegated to Brahma. And he told him, taught him, guided him how to do the... So Brahmaji is also meditating, you will see now. How is Brahma meditating?
Om Shri Vishnave cha vidmahe Vasudevaya dhimahi Tanno Vishnu prachodayat. Om Shri Vishnave cha vidmahe Vasudevaya dhimahi.
In this way, Brahma is meditating on his father, Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Brahma is not an ordinary entity, he is also very, very powerful. His body is made up of what? Who knows? What is Brahma's body made up of? Our body is made up of Panchamahabhut. And Brahma's body is made up of Buddhi. Only intelligence. Whole body is made up of only intelligence. And he has 4 heads. And he actually is the first person Lord chose. When a lotus came from the Lord's navel, there were millions of shining particles like glowworms. Who are those particles? All of us, jivas. And amongst them, he chose only one, a leader. Who is it? Brahma. He made him the leader. And he told, for all these jivas, give them bodies. And I will tell you how to do it. The Lord taught him. You can see here how Brahma, creates all the different species of life. He creates the Sarigama Padanisa. He writes down the Vedas. And he also creates, Brahma is the one who makes the template for 8.4 million species. And in those templates, we all get the body. Just like you make chapati flour and then you roll it. And then sometimes you can make a triangular chapati or a round one or whatever. The template is made by him. And Durga supplies the materials. And then, one living entity is given a body made up of Panchamahabhut, and then insert one jiva into that and run now, do whatever you want. Like that, everybody is sent here and there. All our bodies are made up of same substance, right? Panchamahabhut. But the forms 8.4 million species, that is made by Brahma on the guidance of the Lord. So in this way, he creates 8.4 million species. Then here you see, this is Brahma here, and there are 14 planetary systems. This is called one universe. Right now, where are we in this picture? Bhuloka. Above there is Bholok, Solok, Mahalok, Janalok, Tapalok, Satyalok. Not all are heavenly planets. Bhulok, after that Bhuvarlok, Swarlok, they are called heavenly planets. Maharlok onwards, the living entities are all very, very serious about spiritual life. Maharlok, Tapalok, Janalok, Tapalok, they are all very serious sages and saintly persons. And then Satyalok is Brahmaji along with associates who are all very exalted personalities. Brahma himself is a pure devotee. And below you see, Atala, Sutala, Mahatal, Talatal, Rasatal, Patal. There are lower planetary systems called subterranean planets and hellish planets and all that. So this is called one capsule, is called one universe. So, and then Lord expanded into the third Vishnu form, Super Soul, who resides in the milk ocean. You all may be knowing how all the devatas go to that Vishnu. Like Brahma takes all the devatas to that Vishnu, the milk ocean. And then they pray to him. One demon is creating problem, please send some avatara. Then he sends avatar. That is Vishnu. And he also comes as Super Soul also. The side I have shown the Super Soul. Like here you see, what is his name? Kshiro Dakshai Vishnu. Kshira means what? Milk. Udaka means water. Shai means is lying in the milk ocean. And that planet is called Shvetadvipa, in which he lives. And it is beyond the 14 planetary systems. You can see the devatas are going to him. And that is why when we glorify Balaji also we glorify Sachaturmukha Shanmukha Panchamukha Pramukha Kila Daiva Tamauli Mane Sharanagata Vatsala Sara Nidhe Paripalayama Vrishashailapate. See, Chaturmukha, Panchamukha, Shanmukha. Chaturmukha is who? And Panchamukha is Shiva. And Shanmukha is Kartikeya. So, all these personalities go to his lotus feet, as you see in the picture there. They go to Kshirodaksha Vishnu. They bow at his feet and request him, please save the world from demons like Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Kamsa and such people. That is one of his roles, to send the avatars. Another role is, he becomes a super soul, like you see here. He enters into the heart of all the jivas. He is Antaryami. So why does he reside in our heart? Because he gives us knowledge or forgetfulness or remembrance. So he only guides us sitting in the heart, whatever we want to do. He's super soul. Like many people say, like there was in Shakuntala Devi, 200-digit number you give her, another 200-digit number you write. Below that she can immediately tell you the multiplication. In one line she can write. You ask her, how is she able to do that? She says, I don't know. That knowledge is coming to her from whom? Super Soul, Paramatma. There is similarly, when Mozart, very famous musician, he generated hundreds of very, very special tunes, which became world famous. So he says, I don't know where are these tunes coming from. It just comes. Similarly, there was one scientist who was very much trying to research and find out the structure of benzene. He couldn't find. One day when he was going in the bus, suddenly, a vision came in his mind and he saw two snakes biting each other like this. So he got the benzene structure, immediately drew it down. Very soon, everybody accepted that this is the benzene structure. So these are all planted in your heart by the super soul. He is the inspirer, seated in the heart of every living being. So he expands the super soul in the heart of everybody. And he is also inside every atom. You see? That means he is in three places. Who can say? Kshirodaksha Vishnu is in three places. Which are the three places? One is, he is as Paramatma. Secondly, he is in Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Where is he? He is in milk ocean. And third place, every atom also. Huh? Which means actually there is no place where Krishna has not expanded. Huh? He is everywhere. First he expands the universes from Mahavishnu. Then he enters into each universe. Then he creates millions of atoms and millions of living entities and enters into their hearts also. And every atom. So therefore it is said God is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Now can anybody tell me who is omniscient out of the three? Who is omniscient? Omniscient means all-knowing. Out of the three? He is saying the Lord who is in every atom and every heart. Correct. That Leelanpur found out the answer. That's correct. He is omniscient. And who is omnipotent? You can say. No. Mahavishnu. Because why is he omnipotent? He creates million universes. Can you imagine? Is it an easy thing? Creating such huge universes. We can't even understand one universe. He is omnipotent, very powerful. And who is omnipresent? Actually, omnipresent, when we say each universe he is present. And then he expands as Kshirodaksha Vishnu. So omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Yeah. Some people ask, in Rig Veda, is there Krishna's name or any other Vedas? Why only Puranas and Mahabharata, Ramayana? They may be talking. Here you will find Apashyam Gopam Anipadyamanama. This is from Rig Veda quote. I saw a covered boy, Gopala Krishna, who is infallible. Like that it says. You see, in the Upanishads and the Vedas, you will not directly often find name of Krishna for one reason. That is because all of you think about your own nickname you have at home. Somebody's name is Guddu or Bittu or Pintu or some name like that. You will not find it in your school register. Will you find? That only, like one small kid was sitting, like this small boy, one boy was sitting. I asked him, what's your name? He said, my name is Dilkush, he said. I said, really? Is it your real name? I asked him. He said, only my mother calls me like that, he said. And school he has Dinakar, another name. But she doesn't call him Dinakar. She calls him Dilkush. Dilkush means one who gives joy to my heart. That's what she calls. Similarly, in the Vedic literature also, if you see Upanishads and Vedas, they are formal literatures. They approach God very formally. So you will only find the name Vasudeva. You will find the name. Chandogya Upanishad. In such places you will find or you will find Supreme Brahman, that kind of name. But if you go to Vrindavan and say, Supreme Brahman, can I find out where is the house of Supreme Brahman? They will say, whom are you talking about? They will call him as Kana or Kanu or Kanai, Balai. They call him like that. So those names, therefore, you will find there are many other quotes you can quote from Gopal Tapani Upanishad. So again I am showing you can see this. Krishna expands as first Mahavishnu, right? And then secondly expands as as what? Yeah, Garbhodaksha Vishnu in each universe. Yeah. So if you know these three Vishnus, you are liberated. This verse says that from Satvata Tantra. Please all of you repeat this verse. Vishnostu trini rupani Purushakyanyatho viduhu. Trini rupani means Vishnu. There are three Vishnus. In this form Krishna expands. Ekam tu mahataha srishtir Dvitiyam anda samsthitam Tritiyam sarva bhutastham Taninyatva vimuchyate. Very simple shloka, you see. Ekam tu mahataha srishtir. Who is that? Mahavishnu. Ekam tu mahataha srishtir. He creates millions of universes. Dvitiyam anda samsthitam. What is that anda? Brahmanda. Dvitiyam anda samsthitam. And Tritiyam, third Vishnu, sarva bhutastham. Sarva bhuta means all of us, living entities. Stham means it's situated in the heart. Yeah. Very simple verse. Thani atma vimochyate. If you know this, you are liberated, he's saying. If you know these three, actually how you become liberated, the moment you know this truth, immediately you will become serious in spiritual life. Actually, it happened with me. First time when I heard this verse, I thought, what am I doing in this world? Vishnu is everywhere. He is in my heart. He is in every atom. So this was one of the very, very moving verses in spiritual life, because many of us don't know the science of God as taught in the scriptures, which we learned from Prabhupada's books. So this scientifically explains how God creates the universe in a systematic fashion and how He is conscious of everyone and everything. This teaches that, isn't it? So, in this way, Krishna explains that, you will see here, this is another question many people ask. Is Lord Krishna an avatar of Vishnu or Vishnu an avatar of Krishna? So, I am going to show you 10 titles now, one after another. So, there are 10. At the end, I am going to ask you all the 10. Let us see how many of you remember. One by one. So, these are 10 different ways you can tell anybody how Krishna is the source of Vishnu. First one, the famous pastime. See this pastime. Anybody can tell me which pastime is it? So this is called Brahma Vimohan Leela. So how many of you haven't heard what is this Brahma Vimohan Leela? You haven't heard yet. Honestly. Anybody? There are only about 5, 6. Okay. To cut the long pastime short, I will tell you what exactly happened. In Vrindavan, one day Brahmaji wanted to test whether Krishna is God or not. So he stole away the covered boys and calves and thought that if Krishna is an ordinary boy, he'll come and beg me. And then he went to his own abode for a moment. And that one moment is equal to 1 year on this planet. When he came back, he saw Krishna had expanded himself into covered boys. Like you see in this picture, they are all covered boys. When Brahma came to see what's happening with Krishna, he was playing with covered boys. As if nothing has happened at all. He went to the cave. There also there were covered boys and calves. Here also there were covered boys and calves. Brahma went back and forth. He got confused. How there are two sets? One set there, one set here. At that time, Krishna revealed to him, all the covered boys changed into what forms they changed into? Like these Vishnu forms. And then all the Vishnus, they all have expanded from Krishna and they entered into Krishna, you see here. So this is Krishna, this is the Brahma Vimohan Leela. Even Brahma was bewildered. Evam sammohayan vishnum vimoham vishvamohanam swayaiva mayaya ajopi swayameva vimohitaha. That verse says, Brahma came to bewilder Krishna, but he himself got bewildered in this pastime. But this pastime shows that from one Krishna, many Vishnus come. But you will never hear that from one Vishnu, many Krishnas came. Any pastime you tell me? You will not hear that. Okay, let us go to the next, second one. All of you repeat this. Sahasranamnam punyanam Krir avrittaya tu yatphalam Eka avritya tu Krishnasya Nama ekam tat prayachati. By uttering the single name of Krishna just once, one attains the same benefit as that is gained by reciting Vishnu's 1,000 names 3 times. That means Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, if you have to recite it once, it may take you 45 minutes. If you are a fast reciter, half an hour to 45 minutes it takes. Imagine if you have to recite it 3 times, that much benefit you get when you just say Krishna, that's all. This is from Brahmanda Puran. Now, why is it said the reasoning will come little later? I will at that time tell you. Why is it that calling Vishnu's name takes so much time and calling Krishna's name makes it so easy? You see, if a child has to go to some office and get some work done, a small kid, then they will put many protocols. Like children, for example, have to join a school. There will be many protocols. You have to clear some test, clear some interview and so many things. Imagine if your father only is owning a school. Will the child have any difficulty? For Father will not even conduct any test. Directly will take the child into the school. Correct, no? Similarly, Vishnu, if you have to go through Vishnu, some formal treatment has to be undergone. It's like Lord in the parliament. Whereas when you go through Krishna, it's very easy. It's like Lord at home. In home, there are hardly any rules. Correct, no? In office, there are strict rules. You have to punch the card when the siren blows. In home, nothing like that. Like you all think that we will take dinner at 9 o'clock and then you take it 10 o'clock sometimes. Correct, no? Nobody is going to punish you for coming late. Of course, here I decided if devotees come late, I will punish them. How? By starting my class on time. So you will miss some of the beautiful videos, correct, no? So next class when I come, I'm going to show you a beautiful video which those who don't come on time will miss the beginning. So generally students who come late, they later on regret. Hey, please tell what was the video. I will tell them that is only for those who came on time. So this is the second thing. Let's go to the third one. Krishna kyam tu param brahma bhuvijatam na samshayah dvayam va ata trayam va ata chatvara pancha chaiva cha drishyante vaishnava sreshtha avatare kathanchana. This Brahma is telling to Narada in Padma Purana. Oh, best of Vaishnavas. Lord Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. Of this, there is no doubt. On the lotus feet of many incarnations of the Lord, 2, 3, 4 or 5 auspicious signs may be present. But in Krishna's lotus feet, how many are present? All 16 signs are present, he says. Therefore, he is called as Purna Purushottam. Purna means it's complete manifestation of Godhead. Even in Upanishads, there is a word Purna Purushottam. Where is it? Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat Tam Eva Vidvanati Mrityumeti Nanja Panta Vidyate Ayanaya Tam Ishwaranam Paramam Maheshwaram Tam Daivatanam Paramam Chadaivatam Patim Patinam Paramam Parastat Vidama Devam Bhuvaneshwamedhyam. And the third verse, Yasmat Param. Now, you understand the meaning, second one? It says, Tam Ishwaranam Paramam Maheshwaram. Amongst all the devatas, that Purushottama is supreme. Tam Daivatanam Paramam Cha Daivatam. There are many chief ministers, but there is only one prime minister. Krishna is like that. Patim Patinam, leader of all leaders. The next verse he says, Yasmat Param Na Paramasti Kinchit. Beyond him, there is nobody else, he says. Krishna says same thing in Bhagavad Gita. Matta Parataram Nanyat, he says. There is no one equal to me or greater than me. Same thing Muslims say. La ilaha illallah, they say. La ilaha illallah means beyond him there is nobody. He's called capital G-O-D. And all other devatas are called small G-O-Ds. Is that clear? Yasmat param na paramasti kinchit, yasman naniyo yosti kinchit. Not only that, he is smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. He says, and then, Prikshayivastabdo dividashtatyekas tenedam purnam purushena sarvam. Tenedam purnam purushena means Purna Purushottam. Who is that Purna Purushottam? Krishna. You will find in Bhagavatam also, Krishna is addressed by the name Purna Purushottam. Anybody knows the verse? Where is it? Apashyan Purusham Purnam Mayam Chatadapashrayam. What is that verse? Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranihite Amale. Apashyan Purusham Purnam Mayam Chatadapashrayam. Vedavyas was sitting and meditating on the absolute truth. Suddenly he got Krishna's darshan. And by his side there was Maya, who was completely under Krishna's control. And that Krishna is called as Apashyan Purusham Purnam. He saw the Purna Purushottama, Krishna, as a Supreme Lord. So now this is also a verse which talks about Krishna as Supreme. Now you see here, yesterday I spoke elaborately on this topic of Lord Vishnu, Lord Rama and Lord Krishna. In case any of you missed it, don't worry. The next few slides, a quick revision of what I spoke yesterday is available now for you. If you see Lakshmi Narayan, what is this Leela going on? Samudra Manthan. In this pastime, you will find any problem Devatas or Asuras had, immediately Lord would, bring out an incarnation. Like I told you, he becomes tortoise below the Mandar Parvat. In the top, he becomes Ajita. You see, like this. Later on, he became Dhanvantri. Then he became, who is this? Mohini Murti. In this way, Lord expands into many forms, and he's like a father of the whole creation. This is Ranganath lying here in the Srirangam. He's like a father of everybody. Like a son or a daughter goes to the father, one can approach him in that reverential mood. And that is the relationship Lakshminarayan worshippers approach him with. Same with Balaji also. Balaji is approached in a similar mood. He's very popular, very famous. But even for Devatas, his darshan is very rare. What to speak of you and me? When we go, they catch us and throw us. They won't let you stand there for some few minutes also. So there is a verse, famous verse, which talks about how even Brahma, Indra, Chandra, Vayu, even they have difficulty getting his darshan. The early morning hours, they take a dip in the Pushkarani, holy waters, and with wet hair and wet dress, they go and stand outside the door of Balaji temple. And the watchman is taking a stick in the hand and beating everybody. Hey, all of you don't push the door, move aside, move aside. And some of those stick beatings falls on Brahma's head also, it is said. Shri Swami Pushkarnika Plava Nirmalanga Shreyortino Hara Virincha Sanandanadhyaha Dware Vasanti Varavetra Hadottamanga Shri Venkatachalapate Tapasuprabhatam, it is said. This is the meaning of the verse which I told you just now. This is the Sanskrit verse. So you can clearly see reverence in the relationship. That's what I've written here. Lord Vishnu is always a protector of his devotees. He expands himself into various forms. And his devotees have great respect and reverence, which is very good in the beginning. We also should have such reverence. Without reverence and respect for God, you cannot taste the sweetness of intimacy with him when you go to advanced stages. So greatness comes first, sweetness comes later. On the other hand, if you see Lord Ram, he charms the heart of his devotees. He is depending on Guha to cross the river, Sarayu. He is depending on Sugriva, to cross the ocean, and asking Sugriva and Hanuman and all the Vanaras, can you please build a Setubandha for me? What exactly happens if a superior person depends on a small person? Imagine your mathematics teacher is requesting students, can any of you help me? How to solve this problem? In case you know the answer, you go and write on the board and teacher tells everybody to applaud. Then something happens, anybody can say, what happens? You become happy, that's all? Okay, he becomes happy, love develops for the teacher. Because teacher is very advanced teacher. Teacher knows everything. But teacher gave me a chance to express myself. You become very grateful. Similarly, Vanaras also, when they were requested by Lord Ram, can you make a Setubandha for me? They became very happy. They served Ram. Imagine Ram says, don't you know I am Supreme Personality of Godhead? In Samudramatanila, what all I did, don't you know? I can myself do everything. I'm smart enough to accomplish everything. You guys just keep quiet. He didn't say like that. Nor did Lord Rama say that I can block one of the arteries of Ravana and give him a heart attack or something. He didn't do that. Imagine if Ravana was killed in a moment by Lord Ram's plan. Lord Ram didn't have to go to Lanka. All the monkeys will be sad that we had no seva. Our hands are itching for some, putting the stones and building a Setubandha and fighting the battle. Everything will be finished. So therefore, you can find Rama depending on the Vanaras and other people. This shows his intimacy, little more intimate than Hanuman, a little more intimate than Narayana, if you see. At the same time, if you notice this slide, I have specifically written, Lord Rama connects only with the leaders, not with people below the leaders. Leader of boatmen, Guha, leader of Vanara, Sugriva, leader of Rakshasas, Vibhishan. He is ready to come down to some level, but not below that. But you will see Lord Krishna comes on even below that level. You will see.
Hey, what do you want, my fine feathered friends? I see. What shall I play then? An excellent Excellent choice. You are as gracious as you are beautiful. I will wear it with honor.
So, in Vrindavan, this is the speciality of Vrindavan Krishna. He doesn't do any creation. He doesn't do any maintenance, annihilation or anything like that. He doesn't take part in these activities. Therefore, the Upanishad says, Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate, natat samaschabhyadikascha drishyate, parasya shaktir vividaiva shruyate, swabhavaki jnana balakriya cha. See, they say that the Supreme Absolute Truth has no work to do. Then what does he do? Huh? Sometimes even in this world you find a multi-millionaire or a billionaire, he doesn't have to go to office on time. He may sometimes go at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock and just pick up some money and come back. He doesn't have much to do. Everything runs with the big money he has. If Krodapati or Arapati can run like that, Lord is Lakshmipati. He has no work to do. But there is one very important work he does, which you saw just now. Playing pastimes with his devotees. So this is one of my favorite pastimes of Krishna, because first Krishna asked the peacocks, oh, fine feathered friends. He is appreciating them. You have such beautiful feathers. So what can I do for you? So God is in what mood here? He is ready to do whatever they would request. Then they chose a tune. We want to hear this tune, Raga, from you. Which means he is giving them the choice to choose something which they like. He wants to know what they like. Not only that, he exactly played the tune and pleased them by serving them. And then later on, when they gave a peacock feather, which is an insignificant gift, he kept it on the top of his head to show them how much he values their, lovingly offered gift. So like this, Krishna exchanges love with deers, peacocks, with cows, calves, birds, monkeys, Yamuna, and the trees and plants, with all of them. Actually, how do you know that he exchanges love with them? Because they all love him so much. If you read the chapter in Krishna book called as the Gopis meditating on Krishna's flute, in that chapter you will find the Gopis are saying how the cows, they have grass in their mouth, but they are not eating it. Why? Because as soon as Krishna played on the flute like this, their ears go erect like this. And they want to drink the honey through their ears. So they are thinking, instead of this is better honey. So they are drinking that. They stopped eating like this. And the calves are also drinking milk from the udder of the cows. And they were drinking milk. Suddenly they heard the flute sound of Krishna. They stopped drinking milk. Because there is one type of sweet honey going here and another one coming here. So they preferred this over this. And when flute stopped, then they started drinking after that. So you can see how much he charms the hearts of everybody. So the cuckoos are cooing and welcoming Krishna into the forest. And the peacocks are dancing and welcoming. And the deers are seeing with love-laden eyes and welcoming Krishna. And the trees are welcoming with flowers and fruits, offering to Krishna. So in this way, out of the three, you can ask yourself, which is the most intimate relationship? Vishnu, Ram and Krishna. Which is the next intimate? And the third intimate? You can see that. Vishnu relationship is a serious one. But it is not to be criticized. Because Vishnu, Krishna and Ram are one person only. They are doing triple acting. I will show you Jiva Goswami's quote from the Puranas. He will be quoting that also at one place, that all the three are one only, but they expand in three forms, but they are in different rasas. Rasas are different. Okay, another one. You heard this, Lord Brahma has how many qualities? 50 qualities. And Shiva has how many? Shiva? See, Brahma is a Jivatma or not? Brahma is one of the Jivatmas. Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, Agni, they are all Jivatmas. but they are very special jivas. They are empowered with by God to hold the Devata position. Shiva has 55 qualities and he is not a Jivatma. Shiva is beyond Jiva, below Vishnu Tattva. And Vishnu has how many? 60. Vishnu has 60. And Lord Krishna has 64. What are those four? I am going to show you now. Please recite this verse. Sarvadbhuta chamatkara Leela kallola varidihi. See, Sarva Adbhuta chamatkara Leela. He performs astonishing display of Leelas. Adbhuta chamatkara Leela. Leela kallola varidi means like a waves of ecstasy it produces. Krishna's Leela. So therefore it's called as Leela Madhuri, we call. His Leelas are unmatchable. Nobody has performed Leelas like this because these Leelas are playful. Why it is playful? For example, see, if you compare Krishna and Rama, Rama appeared in middle of the day. So you only fast till noon, correct? And then Krishna appears in the midnight. Rama stands erect, Krishna stands in threefold bending form. Rama took Ekapatni Vrat, Krishna married 1608. Rama lived in Ayodhya for thousands and thousands of years and didn't move out. That's why he was ruling all his life. But Krishna moved from Gokul Mahavan to Vrindavan, Vrindavan to Mathura, Mathura to Dwaraka, Dwaraka to Hastinapur. He kept on moving. You will see that. Rama is green in color, Krishna is bluish in color. And not only that, if you see Krishna's behavior, Rama's behavior, Rama would never speak a lie. But Krishna would speak a lie every minute. I never stole butter, and they said this, he said this. He will always speak, you will see that. Yeah. So, although they are same persons, but they are in two different mood, playful mood. Like even all of you at home, you may be playful, but in office, you may be serious, correct, no? When you're dealing with other. So, therefore, the Leelas are very nectarian. And I will show you some Leelas as we proceed. You will appreciate why the Leela Madhuri is special. Atulyam Madhura Prema Mandita Priya Mandalaha. He will never be alone. Sometimes in certain Bhagavad Gita editions, they put Krishna standing alone. Poor Krishna, nobody is around him. You will never find Krishna like that. You will see behind Krishna there will be Yamuna flowing. There will be cow and calf standing. There will be peacocks. There will be monkeys. There will be... Like when I went to Chowpari temple first time, I saw all these peacocks and, two monkeys were sitting. There were cows, calves on the altar. So many of them. Later on when I learned this, I understood Krishna is never alone. He's with all of them. So one day my spiritual master, when he was taking darshan, he came from behind and put his hand in my shoulder. And he asked, Radheshyam, do you know what are those two monkeys on the altar talking? He asked me. I said that I never thought about. It's a good question. They are actually sitting like this, facing each other. He asked, what are they talking? And then Maharaj said, they are doing transcendental prajalpa, he said. He said, we do mundane prajalpa and they do transcendental prajalpa. He said, they are chatting with one another about Radha and Krishna and Krishna's pastimes. Trijagan Manasakarshi Murali Kalakujitaha. Yeah. This is the third one is Venu Madhuri. He plays on his flute very sweetly, like we heard just now. Actually, in Vrindavan, amongst many activities of Krishna, the most important activity is playing on the flute. Because the flute is so maddening that everybody will be charmed in Vrindavan, not only the humans. There is one verse, Naryo Narascha Mudita Kupitaha Nimekshana. There is a verse which says that. Nara, not only Nari were attracted, Nara were also attracted. Nara, Nari, animals, birds, everybody was attracted by the flute sound of Krishna. It is said when once Brahma went to puja room to do puja, when he heard the flute sound of Krishna, he kept the puja plate and forgot to do puja. He came out to hear Krishna's flute. Similarly, in the Maharloka, Tapalokanda, sages go into caves to do meditation. When they hear the flute sound, their meditation is disturbed and they become madly attached to Krishna by that. So therefore, there is a glorification of Venu in the Srimad Bhagavatam. You will see that. Yeah. So that's the Venu Madhurya. And the fourth one, Asamanordva Rupa Shri Vismapita Characharaha. Yeah, his form and beauty maddens the whole world. Our Rukmini, in her first prayer, she says, Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Shinvatamte Nirvishyakarna Vivarair Haratongatapam Rupam Drisham Drishimatam Akilartha Labham Tvayachyuta Abhisati Chittama Patrapam Me. In this verse, she says, Shrutva Gunan. Krishna asked the Brahman, how did Rukmini write this letter to me? Has she seen me? The Brahmana said, no, she has never seen you. Shrutva, I have only heard about Krishna. She has not seen Krishna. Where did she hear from? In Bhishmaka's palace. Bhishmaka was father of Rukmini. Every day there was a Bhagavatam class. And although many people would be sitting and hearing it, one prominent person in that class was who? Rukmini. And she would daily attend the class. She would daily take a lot of interest. And she will, beginning to end, she will hear with great interest. So when Krishna sees that you are hearing with great interest, then he will also take interest in you. So she heard very nicely. Shrutva. What did she hear about? Gunan, she is saying. Heard about the qualities of Krishna. And then what did she learn? Bhuvana Sundara Srinvatamte. She says that Bhuvana Sundara means Bhuvananam Sundara, Bhuvaneshu Sundara. In this universe, Krishna is the most beautiful. In millions of universes, there is no one more beautiful than him. That's the meaning. And then she is saying, your beauty means, what is that beauty she is talking about? You know, see in this, the beauty is explained in the song. Adaram Maduram Vadanam Maduram Adaram Maduram Nayanam Maduram Hasitam Maduram Hridayam Maduram Gamanam Maduram Hridayam Maduram Maduradipate Rakilam Maduram Maduradipate Rakilam Maduram Venur Madhura Renur Madhura Padir Madhura Pado Madhura Nrityam Madhuram Sakhyam Madhuram Nrityam Madhuram Madhuradipate Rakilam Madhuram Madhuradipate Madhuradipate Rakilam Madhuram Madhuradipate Geetam Madhuram Pitam Madhuram Bhuktam Madhuram Suptam Madhuram Rupam Madhuram Tilakam Madhuram Madhuradipate Akilam Madhuram Madhuradipate Madhuradipaterakilam Madhuram Madhuradipaterakilam Madhuram. So in this song, if you see, it was said when Krishna plays on the flute in a moonlit night, his lips are shining beautifully, and his face is also like a full moon, and his eyes are like lotus petals, and his smile is very beautiful when he returns in the evening after herding the cows and calves. And his heart is very beautiful because he runs to embrace Sudama with innocent love. And he's walking to the forest when anyone sees his lotus feet. It's very beautiful to look at. And everything about him is sweet, he says. And his flute sound is very sweet. And also the dust of his lotus feet has delivered many, many people. The gopis are saying that can make the mountain of sins into powder. And his hands, pani means the hands. Hands are also very fragrant. Krishna's whole body is fragrant, and hands are also like a lotus. When Krishna touches anyone's head with his hand, they are immediately blessed. Like he blessed Indra once with the touch of his hand. Similarly, once when gopis were dancing rasa dance with eyes closed in Ashtasattvika Vikar, they were all in great ecstatic devotion. And they were dancing. So Krishna wiped their forehead. The perspiration drops in their forehead. And Krishna's hand was appearing like the inside of a lotus, fragrant. Therefore, the Panir Madhura, it is said. Pada Madhura means his lotus feet are also very sweet because his lotus feet has delivered millions of souls. Like Lord Rama puts his lotus feet and delivers Ahilya, like that. Nrityam Madhuram. I'll be showing you dance of Krishna a little later. On the hoods of Kaliya. And he delivered Kaliya. And Sakhyam Madhuram, his friendship with Arjuna is very sweet. Friendship with Sudama is very sweet. He is very friendly with so many of his coward boys. And then he's saying, Gita Madhuram, when he speaks the Bhagavad Gita, that is very sweet. Whole world is still appreciating his Gita. Even after 5,000 years. Pitambar. Pitam Madhuram means Pitambar is also dazzling. Golden dhoti was appreciated by Bhishma Pitama in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Gopis are also appreciating. Barha Pedam Natavarapu Karnayor Karnikaram Biprat Vasa Kanaka Kapisham Vaijayantim Chamalam. See, they are saying Bibrat Vasa. That is a shining Pitambar. This is Gopis. There is one verse of Yajnik Brahman's wives. They are saying, from their eyes, Shukadeva Goswami is seeing, Shamam Hiranyaparidham Manamalya Barha. First line, Shamam Hiranyaparidham. Krishna's dhoti was shining like golden shine. Many places. Brahma also took notice of that. Naumi dete brahapushe tadidam baraya gunjavatam saparipicchalasan mukaya vanyastraje kavalavetra vishana venu. So in that, there also is talking about tadidam baraya. Your dhoti is shining like lightning, very beautiful. Pitambar, Pitam Madhuram. Bhuktam Madhuram. Who is the eating Lord? Who can say? Jagannath. Who is the sleeping Lord? Ranganath. So, Jagannath is famous for eating, Ranganath is famous for sleeping. Imagine if somebody is eating or sleeping, who will want to see them? But Jagannath is eating Lord, lakhs of people want to see him. Ranganath is sleeping Lord. Even the Lord's sleeping beauty they want to see. His Rupam, form is very beautiful. And his Tilakam, his Kasturi Tilakam, very beautiful. So in this way, everything about him is beautiful. So coming back to our, this one, now we'll recite the full verse, okay? Leela premna priyadikyam madhuryam venu rupayoho iti asadharanam proktam govindasya chatushtayam. These four qualities of Leela Madhuri, Prema Madhuri, Venu Madhuri and Rupa Madhuri, these four are not seen in Vishnu, it's observed in Krishna. So here, Jiva Goswami is saying here, though the forms of Vishnu and Krishna are not different, according to the statement of scripture, Krishna's form is shown to be superior because of Krishna's rasas, which are endowed with the highest type of prema. The very nature of his rasa shows Krishna's form as superior, he says. Rasa is what makes it special. Yesterday I gave the example of, 2 mangoes plus 3 mangoes is 5 mangoes. Somebody may say. Someone else may say 3 Goa plus 2 Goa is 5 Goas. So, but the rasas are different. Although mathematics is same. All the 4 sampradayas say Bhagavan, Bhakta, Bhakti. 3 are eternal. They all agree. But the rasas are different. Some sampradayas focus on reverential worship. Some focus on intimate worship.
ये नटखट माखन चला रहा था, मैंने इसे मना किया और इसे माखन वापस ले लाता.
In this way, in Goloka you find Krishna has a mother and father. In Vaikuntha, Narayan has no mother father. He is the mother and father of everybody. Whereas in Goloka you find Lord has a mother and father, who can chastise him, he can play with him like this. That's Leela Madhuri. The Venu Madhuri, I told you, plays inside. The whole tree is dancing happily. And Rupa Madhuri, is extraordinary beauty, is most charming. You have to see the English caption below. This is Yashoda. Yashoda is churning butter. See, this, I'm just giving you a background of this episode. Yashoda came to know that the cowherd men have permitted Krishna Balram to go to forest herding the cows and calves. Till now they were called Vatsapal. From that particular day on, they are going to be called as Gopal. Vatsapal means Krishna Balram and cowherd boys will be roaming around the palace of Nanda Bhavan only. She can always keep an eye on the children. But now they are going to go to forest. So she is telling, why should you go to forest, my child? We have so many servants and servant maids who can take care of the cows going to forest. Why don't you stay back at home? And Krishna will not agree with that. He will say that, please don't put any stumbling block, mother. I want to go to forest. So I will stop in between and a little bit tell you. But you have to be attentive to see the caption below. Then you will appreciate it more. She is telling him, Madhameka Kanna, don't go to the forest because sun is very hot, she is saying. See, do you think Krishna doesn't like kadisakar? I mean the rock candy or rabdi or butter. Do you think he doesn't like it? He is pretending as if he doesn't like it. So what he says, although I am mad after these items, playing with my friends is more joyful than eating all these things, mother. And I also know very well, if I go to forest and come back, you are going to give me all these items anyway. So I'll come back and eat them.
போக வேண்டும் தாயே தடை சொல்லாதே நீயே யமுனா நதி கரையில் எப்பொழுதும் கள்வர் பயம் கள்வர் வந்து உன்னை அடித்தால் கலங்கிடுவாய் கண்மணியே யமுனா நதி கரையில் எப்பொழுதும் கள்வர் பயம் கள்வர் வந்து உன்னை அடித்தால் கலங்கிடுவாய் கண்மணியே மாடுமே.
You know what she's saying? In the bank of Yamuna, there is Kadamba forest. And behind the forest, some thieves and rogues, dacoits are hiding. I heard my child that any passerby goes in that road, they suddenly jump outside like a guerrilla warfare. And they attack. And they take away all the items you carry. And they slap you on the face. They may beat you up. And I am worried that you will get disoriented by that. Therefore, I am not letting you go. Like that she is telling. And what will be Krishna's answer? You can see.
கள்வனுக்கோ கள்ளருண்டோ கண்டதுண்டோ சொல்லும் அம்மா கள்வருக்கோ கள்வனுண்டோ கண்டதுண்டோ சொல்லும் அம்மா கள்வர் வந்து என்னை அடித்தான் கண்ட துண்டம் செய்திடுவேன் போக வேண்டும் தாயே தடை சொல்லாதே நீயே.
You heard it? What he says? He says, for every thief, there is a bigger thief. And amongst all the thieves, I am the biggest thief. So if any such fellow comes on my way, I will cut him into 1,000 pieces. Don't worry, mother.
கோவர்தனகிரியில் கோரமான மிருகங்கள் உண்டு கரடி புலியை கண்டால் பயந்திடுவாய் கண்மணியே.
She's telling, my child, I heard that in Govardhan, sometimes there are elephants, sometimes there are cheetah, sometimes bear. You know bear? Big, balu, yeah, big bears. She said, I heard that these animals come. I am very worried, my child. And if you climb up the hill for playing, suddenly these animals come. What will you do? You will get frightened.
கரடி புலியை கண்டால் பயந்திடுவாய் கண்மணியே மாடு மேய்க்கும் கண்ணே நீ போக வேண்டாம் சொன்னேன். காட்டு மிருகங்கள் எல்லாம் என்னை கண்டால் ஓடி வரும் கூட்டம் கூட்டமாக வந்தால் வேட்டையாடி செய்திடுவேன் கூட்டம் கூட்டமாக வந்தால் வேட்டையாடி செய்திடுவேன் போக வேண்டும் தாயே தடை சொல்லாதே நீயே.
He's saying, when you in the Govardhan, you are so afraid of the animals. Actually, those animals come towards me and they ask me to board on their back. Like lion and cheetah and elephant, they all say, oh Krishna, sit on our back, we want to carry you. They are not my enemies, my mother, they are all my friends. And it is true also, correct, no? All the animals want to serve him. And in case you fear that they may come in large groups and they may attack me, I will take my bow and arrow and finish all of them in one shot, like that is saying.
பச்சமுள்ள நந்த கோபர் பாலனெங்கே என்று கேட்டார் என்ன பதில் சொல்வேனடா என்னுடைய கண்மணியே மாடு மேகும் கண்ணே நீ போக வேண்டும் சொன்னேன்.
She's asking, if Nanda Baba comes in the evening and asks me, where is my son? How will I tell him that I have sent you to forest? He'll become angry on me. And I don't have the guts to face him because I have never done this to you before. And what he is saying?
பாலருடன் வீதியிலே பந்தாடுறான் என்று சொல்லு.
He is saying, tell Nanda Baba that I have just gone nearby to play ball with my friends. And before you complete saying the sentence, I will be back. So, you know. So, this is what I was telling about intimacy. That the intimacy he enjoyed with his mother. And this is a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Jiva Goswami has given an elaborate commentary to this. 1:328. Please repeat this. Ete cham shakala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. So, he says here, after giving all the avatars list, 24 avatars list is given. We only know Dasha avatar, but 24 are given there. Thus are very prominent. 10 are very prominent. At the end it says, all these avatars, where they come from? Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So these three words, phrase Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam is elaborately discussed by Jiva Goswami in his commentary. You will see that. So this is another thing, evidence of. Similarly, you will find in the second canto, third chapter, first verse, Jagrihe Paurusham. It starts like that. Actually, the Mahavishnu who creates millions of universes, the fact that he comes from Krishna can be evidenced from various sources like that. Here you see, this is all the Dashavatara Stotram. I have quoted a couple of them. Pralaya payo dijale vritavan sivedam vihita vahitra charitra makedam keshavadrita Meena Sharira Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare. See this one, and this is about the Matsyavatara which you are seeing in the picture there. Once upon a time, Satyabrat, one king, he saw a small fish, golden color fish. But the fish was a strange fish because it was a speaking fish. The fish told the king, "My dear king, you are a great protector of the praja. Are we not your praja?" He asked him. And the king said, "Why not? I'll certainly protect you, my fish. Tell me, what can I do for you?" He said, "Can you please put me in a little bigger body of water? This is very small." Then he put him in a pond. Then the fish became pond size. Again, he requested him to move him to another place. Then put him in a lake. Then the fish became lake size. Now he wanted to move to a bigger place. So then he arranged for the fish to be put in the ocean. Because to arrange means you have to arrange the fish to be taken along with water, correct? No? Not a very easy thing. He arranged to put it in the ocean. Now it became like this, huge. So the king was taken by surprise. He asked, "My dear golden fish, you don't appear to be ordinary fish. No fish grows so fast in size. Please reveal to me who you are." And the fish smiled and told him, "For your kind information, my dear king, I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead," he said. So then everybody understood, I have come to protect you. You thought you are protecting me, but actually I have come to protect you. So, but in this Pralaya Payodi Jale Dhritavana Sivedam, here it says, Keshava Dhrita Meena Sharira Jaya Jagdishigare. Which letter I have put in big letters? Why? Who is Keshava? Yeah. One meaning of Keshava is killer of the Keshi demon. It's called Keshava. Another meaning of Keshava means one who has long flowing curly locks of hair. Is called Keshava. So, who is that personality? Krishna. So it says Keshava Dhrita. Krishna only became this Matsyavatara. Similarly here you see. Vasati dashana shikare dharani tavalagna shashini kalanka kalevani magna. Everybody together. Vasati dashana shikare dharani tavalagna Keshavadrita Shukara Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Kesava Radheshyam Hare. See, at one time, when these two great asuras had appeared in this world, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, at that time Brahma and Kumaras and many other rishis and munis and devatas were in a meeting discussing on what to do with these two big demons who are creating havoc in the whole world. They were planning to go to Lord Vishnu. At the time, something miraculously happened. Something came out of Brahma's nose. If something comes out of your nose, where does it go? It goes straight into dustbin. But what came from Brahma's nose, then it became thumb size. It became fist size. It became pig size. It became mountain size, elephant size, then mountain size. Not only it came out, it went down and went up in the sky again. This is how they saw this wild boar. They saw he was flying up in the sky. And everybody was wondering, some were even asking, is it a demon? Is it a demigod? Even Brahma could not ascertain. What came out of his own nose, he couldn't understand. You can see that. Muhyanti Sureha, it is said. Even devatas are bewildered. At that time, Lord thought, you guys don't know who I am? And then all the devatas saw that his eyes were like lotus petal eyes. They immediately understood that there is only one person having Kamala Nayanam. Who is that? Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Yogi Hriddhyanagamyam Vande Vishnam Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaikanatam. So that Kamala Nayanam is said. Here also he had Kamala Nayan. Some of them doubted, maybe this is Supreme Lord. At that time, this Varaha, he sprinkled water from his hairs and his body by shaking the body. Imagine when you are walking in the road, if a pig is shaking the body and throwing water on your body, what will you do? Here in Vrindavan, you find many pigs, right? Imagine one pig is coming out of the ditch and lying like this. What will you do with that? Immediately you will come back and stand under a shower, right? But here what the devatas did, you can see this. Brahmanas, sages and devatas. This is a shloka they said. All of you repeat this. Vidhanvata vedamayam nijam vapur Janastapas satya nivasino vayam Shatashiko dhuta shivambu bindubher Yamrajamana brishamesha pavitaha. They are saying, Vidhunvata, we have become completely purified by the water sprinkled from your body, my Lord, because this water was smelling like rose-scented waters coming from the Lord's body. And your body is like personified Vedas. And we are all residents of Janaloka, Tapaloka and Satyaloka. Janas Tapas Satya Nivasino Vayam. Although we are great Brahmanas, great Rishis and great Devatas, we felt purified by your sprinkling of water from your body. So you will see this is the form of a boar. Indra also once became a boar. You know that? But there is a difference of earth and sky between the two boars. Indra's body was made up of what? Panchamahabhut, just like our body. Whereas Lord's body was made up of Panchamahabhut, Satchitananda. Not Panchamahabhut. Indra's body is made up of Panchamahabhut. See, one easy way for you to remember, I'll tell you, not only Krishna's body is Satchitananda, all expansions like Mahavishnu, Garudhaksha Vishnu, Kshirodaksha Vishnu, and the Matsyakurma, Varaha, Narsingha, they all are what forms? Satchitananda forms, eternal forms, pure forms. This is very important to know. In India, many people don't know. They think Matsyakurma forms are made up of ordinary Panchamahabhut. They think like that. They think Supreme Brahman has occupied a body like yours and mine. That's a great aparad to think like that. All the bodies are made of same substance, spiritual substance. So, another thing is, Varaha Deva, he comes into this world lifts the earth, places in the orbit, and goes back to spiritual world. So he came with a mission, executed the mission, and went back. Whereas Indra's mission was attachment, mental attachment. He was cursed to become a pig. Whereas Varahadev was not cursed by anybody. Lord Krishna is voluntarily coming. Again, see, two words I have put very big letters. What is the word? Krishna only became Varaha. Krishna only became Vamana. Krishna only became, as I told you before, Matsya Avatara or Narsimha Avatara. Once you know this fact, you will develop a great affection and respect even for these avatars. When Prahlad was looking at Narsimha, he could understand, who is this Narsimha? He is my very dear Krishna only. So he was not at all afraid. Everybody was afraid except Prahlad. Naham vivemya jitateti bhayanakasya jihvarka netra bhruguti rabasogra damstrat antrasraja ksataja keshara shankukarna nirhrada bhita digibhav aribhinna khagrat. It's a very, very beautiful verse. He's saying, my dear Lord Narsimha, your form is so huge in size, and your hairs on your head, Simha Rupam, that is spreading all the clouds. Your eyes are like sun and moon shining, because Lord's eyes are sun and moon. And your tongue protruding outside is like a sharp sword. And your stiff neck and your two hands with cutting tool like nails, with which he tore the body of Hiranyakashipu, has created terror and fear in the hearts of everybody. As far as I am concerned, I am not afraid, he's saying. Because I know you look ferocious, but you are my Krishna only, who has come in this form. Like that he said. So, when I was in my school days, once I got a mask from the shop, which was a lion's mask, lion type of mask. So I was wondering what to do with this mask. So I put the mask and looked in the mirror. I looked exactly like a lion. Then I went to one of the rooms where my little sister was sitting and studying. I went there and I frightened her. That I did. So she saw my lion-like face and she got frightened. Hey, this fellow has a body like a human and a lion like a face. Who is this? She thought lion has come in. She cried out loudly and ran to the kitchen and tightly embraced my mother. And when my mother told me, hey, why are you doing this? Mother shouted at me. Then I took off my lion mask. Then my sister saw my face and she said, hey, it's my brother. Like that she gave me a good slap. So, see, for my sister, when she saw me as a brother, she had no more fear. But when she saw the lion face, it was fearful. So, when you see all these Dashavataras are all Krishna only coming in different forms, then you have no fear. So, therefore, they recited like this. Now, next evidence, seventh evidence here you see. I am going to show you all the dhams now. We are all in which dham now? Devi dham. I have written details, which if you wish you may see. Living entities here, they want to enjoy separately. It's a temporary place, Dukhalayam, Ashashvatam and all that. I have shown Mahavishnu with universes and I have shown one universe also. And Devi is a very prominent person in this world, Durga Devi. She has a Trishul. What does Trishul represent? Adhyatmika, Adidavika, Adibhautika. Three kleshas. Kleshas from our body and mind, other living beings and natural calamities. So in this way, Devi is the tuition teacher for reforming all the living entities in this creation, by bringing us to the right track. And in all the millions of universes in the material realm, it's called Devi Dham, as you see here. Then above that is Mahesh Dham, which is not in the spiritual world, not in the material world. It's in between, where the Brahma Jyoti is present. The marginal place between the two, between Devi Dham and Hari Dham, it's an in-between place. It's meant for the liberated souls, those who got moksha. But those who are not fit to enter into Vaikuntha, they will get moksha and go to the Brahma Jyoti, that abode of Mahesh is there. It is the same destination for Buddhists and Jains and such people who want to go beyond the samsara chakra. They go there. And those who are devotees of Shiva, worship Shiva as a personalist, then they will go there also. And they will meet the personality of Shiva. And they will join the Nitya Kirtans that's going on there, Nitya Sankirtan. And then from there they will get purified and go to the Haridham later on. And this is Haridam, Vaikuntha Loka. Once you go there, you never come back. No? And there is ever expanding happiness there. There's no need of light or heat or anything there. Everything is available. Lord Narayana, Lakshmi Narayana is the supreme there. And all associates are all pure associates. They are free from envy, sense gratification, or all bad qualities. They are free from passion and ignorance. So Gajendra achieved this planet only, spiritual planet. See, he's going to Vaikuntha now. Gajendra is transported to Vaikuntha.
कौसल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठ नरशार्दूल कर्तव्यं दैवमान्धिकम् कौसल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठ नरशार्दूल कर्तव्यं दैवमान्धिकम् उत्तिष्ठ गोविन्द उत्तिष्ठ गरुडध्वज उत्तिष्ठ कमलाकान्ता त्रैलोक्यं मङ्गलं कुरु उत्तिष्ठ गोविन्द उत्तिष्ठ गरुडध्वज उत्तिष्ठ कमलाकान्ता त्रैलोक्यं मङ्गलं कुरु मातः समस्त जगता.
So, just now what you saw was Gajendra Moksha. Many of you may be knowing. Gajendra actually, in the Purva Janma, he had done some practice of bhakti as a Pandya Raja in a place called Kutralam in Tamil Nadu, where he did a small mistake of not receiving Agastya properly, due to which on one hand he was cursed to become an elephant, but he was not an ordinary elephant. He was remembering the Purva Janma, shlokas, everything had memorized. Now when a crocodile caught his leg, he called out, Narayana. You heard that, no? Who was calling? Gajendra, yeah. And then Narayana came and took him to Vaikuntha, and that was Vaikuntha. And beyond Vaikuntha, there is Goloka. You see here, what are the differences between Vaikuntha and Goloka? In Goloka, the presiding personality is Krishna. And there is Vrindavan, Mathura and Dwaraka there. There every word is a song, every step is a dance there. You can see here. See, you can recite this verse. Golokanamni nijadamni talecha tasya Devi Mahesha Haridhama Suteshu Teshu Te Te Prabhava Nechaya Vihitascha Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. See, the picture shows what is given in the verse. If you see, Devi, Mahesha, Hari, Dhamasu Teshu Teshu, Goloka Namni Nijadamni. Krishna lives in his own Nijadam and Goloka, which is above these three. Devi Dham, Mahesh Dham and Hari Dham. See, Devi Dham is the negative axis, where we are all right now. And Mahesh Dham is in 0, 0. No? And Hari Dham is in positive axis. And above Hari Dham is Goloka. Is it clear? So Hari Dham is like parliament of the Lord. And Golok Dham is like the home of the Lord. Is it clear to everybody? Is it clear? Yeah. Now one more verse I will show you. See, Ganesha is telling Parashuram. Very simple verse, you can see that. Where Ganesha is describing about Goloka. Yato bhavanti vishwani stula sukshmadikani cha punastatra praliyanta Evameva muhurmuhu. See, he is saying from Lord Krishna, all the gross and subtle worlds are emanating and they merge back into him, and this happens again and again. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. He's telling. This is from Brahma Vaivarta Puran, Eastern Division, Ganapati Kanda. Shloka numbers are given. And then he's saying, Golokam urdvam vaikunthat panchashat koti yojanaha. He is saying above Vaikuntha, He's saying 50 crore yojanas above, there is a planet called Goloka. It says here, Goloka Murdam Vaikuntat Panchashat Koti Yojana. Nasti Lokasta Durdvam Cha. Beyond that Goloka planet, there is no other planet, he's saying. Nasti Krishnat Paraprabhu. There is no master beyond Krishna. Nasti Krishnat Paraprabhu. There is beyond Krishna, there is no other master beyond that. Idam Shrutam Shambhuvaktran. From whom did I hear this? From Shambhu. Who is it? Shiva. Maya te katitam. And I am just repeating the knowledge to you, Parashuram is saying. So Ganesha is telling to Parashuram. So here is another information you find. Ganesha speaking to Parashuram about the Golokadam, above Haridam, above the Vaikuntha Dham. You find this. And how is this different from Vaikuntha, you want to know? You can see this one.
This song is written by Lord Brahma in Brahma Samhita, describing the supreme planet Goloka.
So, you find in the spiritual world, there are cows called as Surabhi cows. They give unlimited supply of milk. Any time of the day and all day they can give. In this world, the cow may give some 5 liter or 10 liter or 15 liter. But there they can give unlimited supply of milk. Similarly, the flower-bearing plants and trees can give unlimited amount of flowers in any season. Show you just one.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hey! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
So, what was this special thing? Is, as you see here, although all the birds are very sweet singers, in the spiritual world, even they want to hear the bumblebee singing the glories of the Supreme Lord. Although bumblebee is not a very famous singer. Similarly, all the flower-bearing plants are offering obeisance to Tulasi. Sound is coming.
Hare Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha.
All the flower-bearing plants are offering obeisances to Tulasi.
Hare Krishna Preyasi
Again, this is showing Vaikuntha, this one. So anybody is interested to know more about this, you can read the 3rd canto, 15th chapter. 3rd canto, 15th chapter, very beautiful description of Kingdom of God. See, as shown in the picture, you see they are all remembering Krishna in their minds. Even while traveling in the airplanes with handsome bodies and beautiful dresses. So the speciality of these Vaikuntha Vasis is that they have no propensity for enjoying mentality. They only want to render service. They're constantly remembering the Lord. Please repeat this verse. Yatranai sarga durvairaha saha sandra mrigadayah mitrani vajitavasa durdaruttarshakadikam. So Vrindavana is the transcendental abode of the Lord, where there is no hunger, anger or thirst. Though naturally inimical, like cat and rat or deer and tiger, snake and mongoose, they don't quarrel. They live in transcendental friendship, he says. Because in spiritual world, tiger also drinks only milk only. Tiger is also vegetarian. There's nobody who is non-vegetarian. Spiritual world means jivo jinedo, live and let live. Material world means jivo jivasya jivanam. I want to eat you, you want to eat me, Prabhupada says. That's the material world is like that. Spiritual world, there is no cutthroat competition. The material world is like this, you see. A tiger chases after a deer. Deer cannot live peacefully. If tiger cannot catch the deer, he will starve. And if deer will be caught with the tiger, deer is afraid. So that was Golak Vandana I showed you just now. That was 7th one. And the 8th one, this is the pastime of Krishna subduing Kaliya.
यमुना तटाक पंकेरुह पदतांबी तरनतां यमुना तटाक पंकेरुह पद सारिस सारिस सारस दलनयनायत साहस मोहित जगदिहतांबी तरनतां धीरत किटतांबी तरनतां तामिततज्जं तकतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं तां तामिततज्जं तगतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं तां तामिततज्जं तगतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं तां तामिततज्जं तगतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं तां तामिततज्जं तगतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं.
Just like you saw now, in this dance of Kalyanartan dance, two things they will show. One is how Krishna is the Akila Narta Guru, the greatest dancer in the whole creation, and how the covered boys, covered girls, and all the parents and everybody delighted in his dance, and the devatas were showering flowers, and everybody was praising his dance. That is one part they will show. Another part they will show is how he subdued Kaliya. So if you nicely observe it, you will see. Right now the covered boys drank the water of Yamuna and they all are falling unconscious now. Now they'll wake, Krishna will wake them up now.
तां तामिततज्जं तगतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं तां मदभुजङ्गशिरपादयुगपाणिधृतमधुनिनादवेणुरवतामिततज्जं तगतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं तां तामिततज्जं तगतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं तां तामिततज्जं तगतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं तां तामिततज्जं तगतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं तां मदभुजङ्गशिरपादयुगपाणिधृतमधुनिनादवेणुरवतामिततज्जं तगतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं तां गोपाङ्गनाकुलवृतमाधव मधुसूदन हरिसंवदन पदनटन तगतगन नतजन परिवृत सदय बुध हृदय तामिततज्जं तगतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं ता निरन्तरानन्द मुखकमल अनन्त नटनाङ्ग पदयुगला निरन्तरानन्द.
You understood the meaning? See, they are describing about Krishna's compassionate heart as well as his beauty. That's being
मुखकमल अनंत नटनांग पदयुगला मधुमुरलीधर हरि लहरी मरीचि सगीत मनोरमणा मधुमुरलीधर हरि लहरी मरीचि सगीत मनोरमणा व्रज दुरंदर जलद शोभमान धर चिकुर मुकुल मकुट नील शिखंडक मोहनांग कलिंग नटन तामिततज्जं तगतज्जं तगधिकतज्जं तामील मनोहर जाल विभूषण निरत चलंचल भुजंग नर्तन
नीरजदळात अधिक मृदुल पद निकट तरंगो तुंग ताडंग नृतक नृतकतां तकतै
तकतदिनिदयत तकताकिट नग जग दृग जगनंद तकनकनक जग दृग जगनंदम
यमुना तटाक तुंग तरंगम हिमकरस्तिमित रमित शुभांगम इतस्ततश्चर करुणापांगम यदि वर हृदय सरोरुह भृंगम
दिनसतिल्लान 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 दृगुतकिटतिल्लान
तिलक सिंदूर हलक श्रृंगार वदन गंभीर उरगफन संचार नंद सुकुमार नवनीत दधिचोर छंदमणिहार जल जबवनित वीर
नंद सुकुमार नवनीत दधिचोर स्वच्छंद मणिहार जल जबवनुत धीर जय विजयी भवनंद कुमार व्रज जन परमानंद किशोर काळीय नटनानंद गंभीर करुणा रसयुत भाव शरीर
दीं ततां तदीं ततां ततै दीं.
So, you heard it, you understood? He has Kasturi Tilakam, he's very beautiful, he has a beautiful smile on his face, he's slapping on his wrist, and he's ready now for jumping into the water and defeating Kaliya. I will show you a little ahead, I will show you.
तत्तकज्जं तत्तकन्नुं तत्तकर्रुं तत्तज्जं तत्तकज्जं तत्तकन्नं तत्तकर्रुं
ताकुजनं तरित तकुजनं तरित जनं तरित दिनित किट जनु ताकुजनं तरित तकुजनं तरित जनं तरित दिनित किट जनु
अद्भुत नर्तन चित्रित मुद्रित विद्युत मुद्भवम अद्भुतम अद्भुतम
ताकुजनं तरित तकुजनं तरित जनं तरित दिनित किट जनु
अद्भुत नर्तन चित्रित मुद्रित विद्युत मुद्भवम अद्भुतम अद्भुतम
ताकुजनं तरित तकुजनं तरित
दितिशुतकाल विधिनुतशील अतिशयनील धृतपदलो
कुजनं तरित कुजनं तरिता
दितिशुतकाल विधिनुतशील
मोहनगीत
तरितजं तकतरितजं तत्किट्ट कतंग कतंग तां तधिं ततों ततै तकरकमल धृत अभयवर प्रद तक्कुदिनं तकदिन्नं किट तकतातै तां गतातै तां धृगतगतगदिन्नं तां गतातै तां गतातै तां
कच्चरणं चलनं नृतनं नृतनं वदनं चितचन्द
चलनमुनि हृदयमपि चोर चातुर दयाकर मुरादिभीकर मद मधुकर मधुपधरल समनयन कमलदल चलनमुनि हृदयमपि चोर चातुर दयाकर मुरादिभीकर मद मधुकर मधुपधरल समनयन कमलदल चलनमुनि हृदयमपि चोर चातुर.
So, now why did I show this? I will tell you. See, here is a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. This verse says, the Nagapatnis came out after this, Krishna Tandava, and Kaliya emanated poison, blood, vomit, everything, and he completely became humbled with 1,000 hoods and 100 prominent hoods. Yattat Shiro Nanamate. It says that whichever head was not bowing down, Krishna jumped on that head one after another, just like you saw the dance now. And he made him completely humble. After that, Kaliya's wives are coming out, as you see in the picture. And this is one of the verses they prayed. Please all of you repeat. Kasyanubhavosya nadeva vidmahe tavangrirenu sparashadhikaraha yadvanchaya shrilalana charattapo vihaya kaman suchiram dritavrata. They are saying, Kasya anubhavosya na deva vidmahe. Oh Lord, we don't know how is it that tava angri reno, the dust of your lotus feet, sparasha adhikara, our husband got the adhikar to touch the dust from your lotus feet, because your dust is aspired for by Shri Lakshmi, Lalana, Acharat Tapo. She is doing great tapasya in Bilvavan. You all will go to the Bilvavan where Lakshmi is sitting like this, praying to Vajabasis that I also want to gain entry into Rasa dance. So in December month, Vajabasis go to the temple of Lakshmi and give her khichdi. Otherwise, in Vaikunta, she eats very opulent, different type of foods. So even she is having vancha to enter Rasa dance, and she doesn't get the dust of Krishna's feet on her head. How did the snake get? Like that they are saying. Which means it proves that Lakshmi is attracted to the dance of Krishna with the gopis. And therefore Lord Chaitanya, when he went to South India, he asked Venkata Bhatta, why Lakshmi want to leave Narayana and join the Rasa dance? And Venkata Bhatta said, my dear Lord, Narayana and Krishna are same person. It's not unchastity on the part of Lakshmi to go and dance with Krishna. Lord, both lords are same. And then Lord Chaitanya said, Narayana is more in reverential attitude with his devotees. Therefore, even Lakshmi, sometimes seeing the sportive and playful nature of Krishna, she is more charmed by that. That is one of the ways we can understand Krishna's supremacy. You understand the point? Why do we say Krishna is the source of Vishnu? That's one of the reasons. The ninth one, Bhishma establishes Krishna as original Vishnu. In the talk, when he was about to leave the body, you can recite this verse. Yeshavai Bhagavan Sakshat Adyo Narayana Puman Mohayan Mayaya Lokam Gudascharati Vrishnishu. He is showing hand to Krishna. Yeshavai, this one personality standing in front of us like here. Bhagavan Sakshat, he is Sakshat Bhagavan. Adyo Narayana Puman. Adyo means what? Original. Adi Narayana. He is the original Narayana. From him all other Narayanas have come. Like that he is telling. So that is by Bhishma, who is confirming the fact that Krishna is the original Narayana. This is another one where Mahavishnu had an aspiration to see Krishna. You know this pastime? 4 Brahmanas' children were dying one after another because Mahavishnu had stolen them. Later on, Krishna says this. See, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam verse 3.2.12. Yanmartya leelau payikam swayoga maya balam darshayata grihitam vismapanam swasya cha saubagaraddehe param padam bhushana bhushanangam. See, the third line, Saubhagaradde, means the Lord of opulence who is Mahavishnu. Vismaparam, even he is Vismit, or put into wonderment. By what? When he sees, then Martya Leela Vipaikam Swayoga. When Lord Krishna appears in this world and behaves like a human-like pastimes he performs. By his own Swa Yogamaya Balam. By his own Yogamaya when he comes. Even he wants to see. That verse says. And Krishna confirms it in Harivamsha. See here, Harivamsha quote. Mad darshanartam debala hritastena mahatmana viprartam yeshyate Krishna mat samipam na chanyata. Krishna is telling Arjuna, Mahavishnu knew very well. Nobody can cross Brahmajyoti and come to meet him and get the 4 children unless I go myself. Therefore, Vishnu took those 4 children to get my darshan, like that Krishna is telling. So that means if Mahavishnu wants to take darshan of Krishna, that means you can understand that he is the expansion of Krishna. So earlier I told you, Krishna said, I am the cause of all causes, correct? Secondly, he says, I am the essence of everything. This is a very famous verse. Everything in this world is Mama Teja Amsha Sambhavam. It's only a small amsha of my opulences, he's saying. For example, the beauty of a peacock's dance, anything in this world. You see, the essence of everything in this world is Krishna. He says, like this, I am the strength of the strong, balam balavatam chaham, he says. I am the buddhir buddhimatam asmi. I am the intelligence of the intelligent people like Einstein or Newton. Similarly, the water, I am the taste of water. Yeah. So the essence of water is the taste. Yeah. Similarly, you see the essence of a flower is its fragrance or beauty. I am the essence of that, he says. You see, the essence of this. Like you can see, he says, Prabhasmi Shashi Suryayo. I am the light of the moon with which I supply 6 types of juices in all these fruits, he says. I give the essence to the fruits. In this way, behind nature is acting under my direction. 9.10 Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dhyakshen Prakriti, Krishna says. Similarly, in the 10th chapter, he says, I am the best of everything, he says. Amongst the bodies of water, am I a pond or am I a lake? What Krishna says? Amongst the bodies of water, I am ocean. Amongst the mountains, I am. Because no other mountain can go taller than Mount Everest. So he says, I am the tallest mountain. So not only he says that in 10th chapter, in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he showed this one, Vishrupa Darshan. Where all the opulences he spoke in 10th chapter were all present in one body of the Vishrupa Darshan. But in the end of the chapter, 11th chapter, Prabhupada writes this. See what he says. In summary, the universal form of Krishna, which is a temporary manifestation, and the form of time, which devours everything, Kala Rupa, and even the forms of Vishnu, 400, have all been exhibited by Krishna. It is not that Krishna is the manifestation of original Vishwarupa or Vishnu. Krishna is the origin of all forms. Because Krishna was standing in the battlefield, from him came Vishwarupa and went back into him. Vishnu form came and went back. Similarly, anytime when Krishna wants a chakra, he is playing on the flute. If he wants chakra, he can get it. Just like Shishupal, for killing Shishupal, he got the chakra. That means Vishnu form is inside Krishna's form. You can understand that. So, now these are the 10 ways I showed you to understand from the scriptures how Krishna is the original personality. And if we know like this from the Shastra, we will be deeply convinced. Iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Then only with bhava we can call his holy name. And if we call with bhava, then we can bring about this change. See here, from exploitative mentality to service mentality. We have shown two very famous examples. Ravana had a Bhogavriti, Hanuman had a Seva Bhavana. So we can develop this type of Seva Bhav by chanting the holy name with full conviction. So Prabhupada was once speaking, he said, how should we utilize the human energy? We should not employ it just for running here and there like a dog. He said, dog is running on 4 legs, you are running on 4 wheels. What progress have you made? Prabhupada asked when he went to America to the people. So modern day education is seen as very progressive, but you can see what it is doing to the youths of the modern times. There is no heart transformation. So why modern day education is misleading people like this? Because people's heads are filled up with these things, you see. Nothing more than this. They are only thinking of prayers, not shreyas. Prayers means immediate needs. Prayers means, shreyas means long-term needs. For example, if I show you a chocolate in one hand and 1,000 rupee note in another hand, which one will you choose? You ask children, which one will they choose? Because they don't know that in 1,000 rupee note there are 1,000 chocolates. Similarly, spiritual advancement means like 1,000 rupee note. And material advancement is like one small chocolate. But whole world is running after only this. Therefore, you will see when you chant Hare Krishna, you can see Mrigari had a change of heart. And Rahugana had a change of heart. Ajamila had a change of heart. You know Ajamila?
Narayan! Narayan! Oh, Narayan!
Stop! Leave this man alone.
Who are you that dares to challenge us? For we are the Yamadutas.
So Yamadutas, how many of you have not heard this pastime? You don't know what this pastime is. You have not heard? Everybody knows it. Yeah. So you can see one name of the Supreme Lord saved Ajamila from going to hell. That's what even Yamaraj wondered this. Namo charana mahatmyam hare pashyata putrakaha ajamilopite naiva mrityupashat amuchyata. From the mrityupa, she was saved, my dear Yamadutas. Just see, just one name of the Lord, he says. So, in this way, Ajamila eventually went to Haridwar and became a pure devotee in 12 years of practicing chanting. Like we are all practicing 16 rounds, following the regulative principles, reading Prabhupada books. You just keep doing it, you get purer and purer and purer and purer as we advance. When the death comes, at that time one's heart should be such that one will go back to Godhead. It is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam that if you chant the holy name, you get 4 things. First thing you get is association of devotees. Ajamila chanted Narayana. Immediately who came? Yeah. So you got association. Secondly, you will hear knowledge about devotional service. Many of you here are chanting regularly. So then you come to Yatra, then you hear classes, then you gain knowledge. Thirdly, you get a chance to engage in devotional seva, seva opportunity. Ajamila got seva opportunity in Haridwar, right side picture you are seeing. He went to Haridwar, a Vishnu temple, and did service there, heard Gita Bhagavatam and everything, he chanted the holy name. Fourthly, one will get the Vaikuntha airplane, come and take one back home, back to Godhead, which you are seeing here. It happened to Ajamila. So in this way, the goal of education is to have a change of heart like this. I have shown you many things here. Like lusty Ajamila became filled with love for God in his heart. Arrogant Rahugana became humble Rahugana. Cruel Mrigari became compassionate Vaishnava. Revengeful Diti became forgiving Diti. Duplicitous Indra developed simplicity after that Diti's pastime. So in this way we can give many examples. And Srila Prabhupada instituted it when he went to the West.
Hare Krishna, welcome back to the video for the day. This is Radheshyamdas speaking to you from ISKCON, Austin, Texas, USA. The following video footage
is very dear to me. It shows Prabhupada chanting back in the 60s on Hippie Hill in San Francisco. This is where I first met the devotees. They were just coming from Hippie Hill, where they were doing the kirtan. I first met them there, right there, as they was coming off Hippie Hill. Plus the fact that I was also from the hippie movement, and a hippie friend of mine turned me on to this Hare Krishna mantra back in 1968. So it's quite nice footage. I'll go ahead and let you see it now. They call it the hippie religion. That's the name of the footage. Thanks for tuning in. Hare Krishna.
He embodied spirituality, and his disciples wanted it. They said, we want some of that. Whatever it is he's having, I want that. So this is the Guru.
So many hippies were really in love with Prabhupada and in love with the devotees and considered the Hare Krishna to be the hippie religion at this point.
If everyone in the United States believed...
So, you will see Prabhupada elevated them from such degrading sinful activities to not just some pious activities. Like you see, there are people doing Lakshmi Puja to just get Lakshmi. There are people doing some pious activities, but Prabhupada elevated them to spiritual activities. Spiritual activities are done in relation with Krishna. Like you see here, Arjuna is fighting for Krishna's pleasure. Somebody is distributing books for Krishna's pleasure. Somebody is doing Harinam Sankirtan for Krishna's pleasure. Matajis are making garland in the temple for deities' seva. These Matajis are serving prasad. One Mataji is doing offering, puja. These are all different activities which are called akarma, spiritual activities which take us back to Godhead. Somebody is painting for Krishna. Somebody is giving class. Somebody is gardening for Krishna. Here you see, there is a Harinam Sankirtan. Thousands of people participating. Somebody is doing some computer work for Krishna. Like I am preparing PPT for all of you. So that is also one type of service. Somebody is publishing Back to Godhead magazine. Somebody is building a Rath card. So many hundreds of services you can do in this moment. And while doing all this service, we have to do it with the right understanding. As you see here, Krishna is all good. I accept whatever he sends me as his love. This is the mood in which Bali Maharaj surrendered to Lord Krishna. He knew that Vamandev has come and taken away the property from me, but this property is not mine. Everything belongs to him. I took away Devata's property, but then Krishna took it back and gave it to Devatas. So I surrendered to Vamanadeva. So when he surrendered, Vamandev became pleased with him and gave him 3 boons. Next lifetime you will become Indra. I'll give it all back to you, whatever I took from you. And now I will make you king of Bilaswarga. And I will become your Dwarapal. He became. So we should have firm conviction that whatever Krishna sends in our life, it may be pleasurable or painful, it's ultimately for my good, because he only emanates love. Similarly, whatever decisions Krishna makes for me is best. Just like the son, he knows his father is his well-wisher. We should have similar faith in our super soul, in our hearts. He makes the best decisions for me in my life. And also, we should develop a firm conviction in Krishna's promises. Krishna makes many promises in Gita. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Yoga, and similar another verse he says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshevam vahamyaham. He says, Matchitta sarva durgani mat prasadat tarishyasi atachyetma ahankaram na shoshasi vinakshasi. There are more than 40-50 such promises Krishna has given in Bhagavad Gita. We should have firm faith in all of them. If I become Krishna conscious, I have nothing to worry. So, now I am going to conclude the talk with this last slide. Easy for you to take home message. Goal of life is to become, this is goal of life, see? Detachment from matter, attachment to Krishna, in the mood of servant of the servant, in the shelter of internal potency, Radharani. So Radharani is the best devotee of Krishna. Nobody can attain Krishna's lotus feet without Radharani's grace. So yesterday I was telling you to enter into Dham, the entry Tolnaka point is who? Shiva. Shiva can allow entry, but even if you come into Dham, you cannot understand the things unless Radharani is pleased with our services. So she is a service awarder. She awards service. We call it as ascending service, descending mercy. So we give service to her through our Guru. Guru is the representative of Srimati Radharani for us. And then it goes to Krishna, and then Krishna gives mercy, which comes through Radharani to us. So you can easily remember this acronym, DASI. You'll remember? D for? A for? S for? And I for? How many of you think it's easy to remember? Is it? Okay. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki. So, Hare Krishna. Generally, I like to serve prasadam at the afternoon time and meet the devotees, but today I just couldn't come out of my room. All day I was preparing this only. Because I thought if we make a good PPT preparation, because the crowd is a big crowd of devotees, many times the attention span is very less for us. In a large crowd, I thought it will be nice to... Now out of the 10, how many of you feel at least 5 you will remember? You all remember? Okay. So, we discussed many things. We will not discuss on it, but only mention the point, okay? Who can remember one? You give the mic to them, let us remember one of the items you can say. She remembered Brahma Vimohan Leela. Krishna expanded into multiple Vishnus. Give her an applause. Very good. Okay. One more. Anybody else? One more this side. Prabhuji side. Yes. Brahmanda Puran. What was the quote? 3 times chanting Vishnu Sahasranama is equal to chanting one Krishna's name. Very good. Haribol. Now that side, one more from Mataji's side. Yes, Mataji? I was telling about the 3 Vishnus, Mahavishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Kshirodaksha Vishnu coming from Krishna. So that is in Sattva Tantra. Thank you. She remembered one more. One more? This side? Krishna has 64 qualities and Jivatma has how many? 50. And Shiva has? And Vishnu has? Yeah. So who can say what are those 4 qualities of Krishna? Special. Yes, Prabhu? Girivar Prabhu? Leela Madhuri, Prem Madhuri, Venu Madhuri and Rup Madhuri. Okay. So those 4, I showed many videos for that. Give them an applause. Very good. What else? One from this side. She is saying, Yete Chamsa Kalapam Saha. We spent time on those Dashavataras. Where it is said, Keshavadrita Nanar. So all the Dashawataras originally come from Krishna. If you read Bhagavatam, you will come to know, originally Krishna gives the toolbox of avatars to Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu gives it to Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Garbhodaksha Vishnu gives it to Kshirodaksha Vishnu. And Kshirodaksha Vishnu keeps all the avatars box with him and releases one by one. But we generally tend to think all avatars come from Vishnu. Yes, Vishnu is only releasing, but who gave originally? Krishna. They are all expansions of Krishna only. Very important. Very good. Remember that. One more. Yeah? What Samvad? Ganesh and Parashuram Samvad clearly shows that Goloka is the ultimate planet, Krishna is the ultimate Prabhu. There is no one beyond that, and it is some 50 crore yojanas above Vaikuntha. So Devidam, Haridam, Maheshdam and Golokdam positions are explained in Ganesha Samvad with Parashuram. Very good. Thank you. One this side. Yes, Mataji. 16, all 16 auspicious signs are only in Krishna's lotus feet, no other avatara's feet. Haribo. Very good. One on this side.
Krishna dancing on Kaliya.
Okay, Krishna dancing on Kaliya. So what did we learn from that? How is that connected to Narayana? Who can say? See, I showed a very beautiful video of Krishna dancing on Kaliya.
Intimacy. Krishna is very intimate. He is approachable. At home he dances and sings also. But others
No,
are...
is it intimate dealing with Kaliya? Kaliya got a good knock. That's right.
Even Goddess Lakshmi cannot get the dust of Krishna.
That was the point. Very good, very good. Even Lakshmi wants the dust of Krishna's lotus feet on her head, which Kaliya got. The Nagapatnis were devotees, so Krishna gave the dust to Kaliya. But the point is, that Lakshmi wants to go and join Rasa dance of Krishna. But the gopis don't want to go to Vaikuntha. They don't say that we like Narayana more. They don't say that. But Lakshmi is attracted to her Lord in a sportive spirit. That's why we can know that Krishna is the source, original. Very good. Thank you. You recollected well. This side? Yes, Manjuwan? That is covered by one of the devotees, Brahma's 50 and then Krishna's 64 qualities, right? That is covered already, that point. Any other point? She is saying, Lakshmi Narayan, Sita Ram and Radha Krishna, we explained all the three. After hearing all the three, what did you understand from that? Yeah? Three forms are same. The one person only is referring to three forms, but one very important thing I said, the difference between the three, yes? Intimacy. Who is most intimate? Krishna. Very good. Correct. So it becomes formal, then little intimate and most intimate as you go from Vishnu to Krishna. So because you like your father at home or you like father in a military base? Where do you like? In home is more friendly, correct now? A man when he goes to military base, he wears uniform and stars and strips and everything, carries a gun and all. At home, he will not show gun to anybody, no? Isn't it? Yes, he plays on a flute, you see. Okay, any other point? This side? You have spoken, I think. Your side? Yeah? Ramesh, go ahead.
And the chance to serve devotional service and purify.
You said this point about Ajamila, which is very correct. Right now we are only discussing one thing. How is Krishna the source of Vishnu? That's the main thing we are discussing now. One point, anybody else? Yeah, behind? Give the mic to them, behind. Yeah, yes.
Bhishma confirms.
Bhishma says that. Yesha vai Bhagavan Sakshat Adyo Narayana Puman. He says Krishna is the original Narayana and all other Narayanas come from Krishna. Bhishma says that. Very good.
Very good, very good.
One this side. Anybody else? Yes, Madhu, yes. That one Mataji already said, Karunaradhika Mataji said, I think, correct? She said that. That's already released now. Anybody else? Non-released answers. Who knows? Yeah? Who? No, just now he said that. You have to attentively hear who has released the answers. Huh?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, where is it?
Mahavishnu aspiring.
Exactly. Mahavishnu aspiring to get darshan of Krishna. Very good. That's a good point. I quoted 2 slokas. Very good. This side, one more, one last. Anybody? Yeah? Vishwarupa Darshan. She is saying, I told about Vishwarupa Darshanam and Vishnu Darshan also. What did it say exactly? Prabhupada says in summary, 11th chapter, last shloka purport. Anybody knows what Prabhupada says there? Mataji correctly said, Vishwarupa Darshan is correct. Krishna, in the battle of Kurukshetra showed the Vishwarupa Darshan, Vishnu form, 200 Krishna form. But what did Prabhupada derive from that? That's most important. Yes? Came? Temporary? Yeah, Prabhupada said Vishwarupa is temporary. That's one thing he said. What else he said? Yeah? Universal form is temporary, Prabhupada said that. But another very important point he said.
Everything is coming from Krishna.
Who said that?
Here.
Correct. Give him applause. All the forms are coming from Krishna. Vishwarupa also came from Krishna and 400 form also came from Krishna. Finally, Krishna withdrew everything into himself. So, origin is whom?
Krishna.
That is the point. He exactly captured that answer. Very good. Therefore, we should know that Krishna only shows all this. Vishwarupa and 400 and everything. He is the origin. Any other one last point? Okay. That is another answer, but I am only asking points about Krishna being the source of everything, yes? Keshavadrita, similarly, Keshavadrita, Narahari Rupa, Keshavadrita, Kurma, Sharira, all those things. So the origin is Keshava, okay?
Hare Krishna.
One another new answer, anybody has?
Prayers for immediate needs and prayers for ultimate.
Those are very correct only. Only thing is they are not connected to this question, what I asked. My only question is, how is Krishna the origin of Vishnu and all other forms? Okay. Anybody else has any new answer? Yes. That is already covered. Ganesh told Parshuram. Yeah. He says Brahma Samhita. He says Ishvaraha Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana. That is also one of the proofs that Krishna is the Ishvara Parama. Okay. Thank you. One last. Aman? He says, amongst Vrishnis, I am Vishnu, he says. Okay. Actually, he says many things like this. I am the cause of all causes. I am the essence of everything. I am the very best of everything. 3 things he says. Who can remember all these 3? I am cause of all causes, verse number 7.4, 7.5. I am the essence of everything, 7.7 to 7.13. And I am the very best of everything, the entire 10th chapter. You will see that. So these are places in Krishna very clearly says. So you cannot escape presence of Krishna anywhere in this world. Anywhere you see essence of anything, best of anything, immediately you will encounter him.
The taste from the fruits is coming from the Krishna.
Yeah, correct.
And the fragrance of the flowers is coming from the Krishna.
Correct. Those are all the essence. He said that.
Essence.
Thank you. You had one another point? Yeah, she's saying Goloka Dham is the highest Dham. One was Ganesha telling Parshuram, another one is Brahmaji also says that. Correct. Devi Mahesha Haridama Suteshu Teshu. Before that line says Goloka Namni Nijadamni Talecha Tasya. He says. So, many of you recollected almost everything. This is success of my PPT today, I think. So, now we are going to have Damodara Ashtakam and a short dancing kirtan. Is it all right? Where is Mulli Gopinath? First is Damodara Ashtakam or dancing kirtan first? Which? Damodara Ashtakam first. Second to Damodara Ashtakam. They will go away, I think, after Damodara Ashtakam. We will do dancing kirtan and then Damodara Ashtakam. Short dancing kirtan we will do. And Damodara Ashtakam, Prabhuji can sing today? Bishop Prabhu can sing? So some devotees can come to stage to dance also. Some devotees can come. You show how to dance. Come. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Achatya Deshatarine. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hey Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Everybody
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe
Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Mohan Radha
Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe
Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha
Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe
Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Jaya 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 Gurudev 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 Srila Gurudev कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंतकोटि वैष्णवा वृंद की कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।
नमं ईश्वरं सचि आनन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् नमं ईश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् यशोदाभियोलुफलभवमानं परं विश्वं गोप्यन्ततो धृत्य गोप्या रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रं युग्मं मृजन्तं परं भोजयुग्मेन सातङ्कनेत्रम् मुहुश्वासकं पात्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठा स्थितग्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम् कीर्तिदृक्स्वलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तमख्यपयन्तम् तदीयेषु तद्मेषु भक्तैर्जितत्वं पुनः प्रेमतस्त्वं शतावृत्तिवन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं वधिं वा न चान्यं ऋणेऽहं वरेशादपीहा इदं ते वपुरनाथ गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्याविरास्तं किमन्ये इदं ते मुखाम्बोजम् अत्यन्तनीलये वृत्तं कुन्तलैः स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या मुहुस्तुम्बितं बिम्बरक्ताधरं मे मनस्या विरास्तां फलं लक्ष्यलाभे नमो देव दामोदर अनंत विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःख जलब्धिमग्नम् नमो देव दामोदर अनंत विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःख जलब्धिमग्नम् कृपा दृष्टि वृष्ट्यातिदिनं बतानो गृहाणि क्षमामद्यं विद्यक्षि दृश्या वेदात्मजौ बद्धमूर्त्यैव यद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे दामोदरे नमस्तेस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाथ विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमस्तेस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाथ विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीय प्रियायै बोलो नमो राधिकायै त्वदीय प्रियायै नमो राधिकायै त्वदीय प्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमः ईश्वरं सच्चित् आनन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् यशोदापियोलुफलाधवमानं परं हृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृत्य गोप्या हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे। जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा। श्री राधा दामोदर भगवान की, श्री राधा मदन मोहन भगवान की, श्री दामोदर अष्टकम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि